All Men Are Thieves is a modern-day film noir set in San Francisco. It's kind of like a fresh take on the buddy cop film. Basically, it's about two career criminals, Vincent and Rich, who learn to navigate the underworld together and become really close because of all the work that they do together.
The story for me mainly is about trust and brotherhood. The journey that my character makes from working alone to finding a kindred spirit and finding someone that's essentially a brother.
However, one of them holds a dark secret that threatens to kind of test their brotherhood and their bond.
Hi, I'm Lanny Joon, and I'm an actor living in Los Angeles, and I'm going to be playing Rich in All Men Are Thieves with director Henry J. Kim. I'm excited. Maybe some of the projects you've seen me in, hopefully. Lost is one of them, Big Bang Theory, and Castle. That was a lot of fun. The last movie I did was called Takers with Matt Dillon and Jay Hernandez.
So I'm Levy, and if you don't know, I really love action flicks, especially ones where there's female assassins, female kick-asses, and this is my chance to actually be a part of a great film where I can kick somebody's butt. So if you could please help us out and help me out in fulfilling this, I would really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Honestly, the character that I'm playing, Rich, in All Men Are Thieves, this is one guy that I've always wanted to portray because I feel like every little bits and pieces that I've gotten to play on television weren't juicy enough. There wasn't enough backstory, or there wasn't enough something for me to actually delve myself into this whole story. Whereas I had the first time in my life I had this opportunity to do that. And so that's why I'm so excited to play this guy.
So when Henry sent me this script, I printed it out and I read it in one sitting, and it was amazing.
I'm so excited to play this character. I'm so excited to tell this story. I've got a half brother who's 18 now, and he's just coming to that kind of age where where like I might be able to have an influence on him. And he's 11 years younger, and I lost my father when I was 19 years old.
Family, not to be corny, but family is everything to me.
What tapped my interest with Rich was how close he was to his father. Because in my personal life, my father is everything to me. And for my character to have that disconnect.
It's so sad. I mean, his dad doesn't even know.
And to find that connection again, it broke my heart when I read that. And that was the main reason why I wanted to play Rich. Not because he's a tough guy.
Little side note, when I was, I think 13 to 15, I trained with Kung Lee kickboxing, so that's a good 2 years under my belt. And we had a sparring session, and I beat this boy's butt who was 2 years older than me, and I was pretty proud of myself. I've trained like grappling and Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai, and I love boxing, so I'm pretty fit. I think I can do it.
You guys should help support the film because we're trying to raise the bar here. Like for things outside of Hollywood, we're trying to really push the boundaries of quality of filmmaking, of storytelling, of performance, and these things that come together when I work with Henry, and it's gonna be amazing. I think I'm really proud to be working on this film.
My promise to you as a filmmaker is to make sure that every penny that is donated is really well spent and only goes towards the most essential things we need to make the best film possible. And with that, I can confidently say that if you do donate, that you will be proud of the results, because I am going to push myself. Fred, Lanny, all of the cast and crew, we've all donated our time and efforts, and we're all committed to making sure that this project turns out awesome.
We decided let's just get the ball rolling. We've got people ready to shoot here in the summer. Let's raise some funds. Let's get Henry and it's not even a large amount of funds to get this picture up and rolling for Henry. We would love to have a bigger community this time, be able to say they were part of the beginning of the process with us, and they were someone that helped fund this project. And I'll be honest when I say that they will be backing probably one of the big directors to come, and they can tell their kids about it someday. So if you want to be part of that, film industry, then this is the way to do it. And I highly recommend it on this project. So that's why Ward and I are putting so many long man hours into it and charging no producer fee and putting all of our extra hours that we can towards this project because we believe in Henry Kim so much. So.
My name's Brandon Hanson. I'm an actor. I live in Hollywood, California. I've been an actor for about 10 years. I mean, you don't meet a lot of people in Hollywood who do what they say they're going to do. And these guys are the real deal.
So the first time I met Henry was about 3 years ago. I went to one of his screenings for No Rest for the Wicked,
Which I was very, very impressed with. I mean, I've never seen effects like that for a short that cost hardly any money.
I was blown away when I found out how much he made that short for, and when I discovered that, I immediately wanted to work with him.
So I met Henry Kim in person at a restaurant over off Venice. I forget the name of it, but you were doing a little private premiere of At Dawn They Sleep. We're getting it ready for the rally, and Chad was telling me like, you get a little treat tonight. You're gonna meet this up and coming director, and I was like, this is awesome. And I go in and. There's Henry sitting next to James Kaizen, who's, I was a big Heroes follower at the time, and I was like, this is awesome, like, this is super cool. And then Henry comes over and shows me the first film that he did, which was No Rest, and he says, oh, we did it for 8, and I'm like, that's about right. And I was like, that's pretty decent. And he's like, yeah, so, we scraped together like $8,000, and I was like, oh, like the whole time I'm sitting there thinking it's $800,000 he does this 40-minute short for, which is what it probably would cost a normal crew, anyone else to do, and he does it for $8,000. And I was like, all right, I just found a guy I can't wait to work with.
I'm actually consider myself a student of the Robert Rodriguez kind of like independent guerrilla filmmaking school. Gave me that kind of idea deep inside that if you really want to make a movie, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter if you know people, it doesn't matter if you're in the system or not. All that matters is that you have the willpower to do it. And so that really told me a lot in terms of what we could do if you put your mind to it, which is anything.
Please support this film. It's a massive, huge passion. This is like our passion project of the decade. Like, this is me and Henry putting together all the stuff that we've learned since 2009. So please help us to do that, and I think you'll be rewarded, we'll be rewarded, and we're gonna really set that bar high. And of course, if you can't help support us with your hard-earned cash, please just show your friends, And
if you can't donate, just spread the word through all your social media. Anything helps, everything will help, and we'd really, really appreciate it. It's gonna be an amazing short film.
The fact that they believe in me so much, it just has given me this really deep sense of responsibility to be the best that I could be as a director. And so one of my promises that I make on every film that I work on is that I'm going to be the hardest working person on set. I'm never going to ask somebody to do something that I wouldn't do, and I'll be the first to wake up and the last to go to sleep. So that is a promise I'm going to keep for this film as well, and hopefully you could be a part of that journey. Thank you.